Hey everyone, I hope that you're enjoying the sunshine and enjoying your week. I wanted to hop on here today because I wanted to talk to you and let you in on a little secret. The first time I considered changing careers and the first time I considered working online was about 6 years ago. My husband and I were sitting on the beach in Mexico, and this young couple rocked up and they were on their way to Cabo because they thought they may want to live there. And I was like, "What do you do?" And they said, "We work online." At that point in time, I was working 10 to 12-hour days. I was exhausted. We were working super hard to be able to go on vacation for a few weeks. And I thought, that's the way to live. Things are changing. The way we're making money is changing. And I wanted to tell you, to my embarrassment actually, that I said no for 2 years. I had many people approach me about online business. I was a hairstylist. I always had a great clientele. I was really social. I've always been an entrepreneur and was super business focused. But that all changed when I had my daughter. I never actually saw that coming, to be honest. And what happened was, I was really skeptical. I always said, no, thank you. I'm not interested. And it wasn't even that. It was that I couldn't comprehend how I would be able to start an online business when I could barely post on Facebook. Like, that was my skill set, okay? I didn't have any background in marketing or technology, social media, any sort of e-commerce. I had none of that. I was a hairstylist. But the problem with my job is that I had to work more to make more money. And when Ryan and I sat on that beach those 2 weeks in Mexico, we started talking a lot about what we wanted. We talked about wanting to own an acreage, growing our own food because I had a ton of food allergies, and being in a third world country, we really appreciated living off the land and really taking only what you need, because they have so much less than us, and yet we sit here and compare ourselves to our neighbors. And we just wanted a piece of property that was ours, that we felt like we were on vacation when we were there. We wanted a cabin on the lake, and maybe not for the reason that you may think, but we wanted a cabin on the lake because we knew that it would be a gathering place for family. We knew that as our daughter grew up, that we wanted to spend time with her and make memories with her, and that was going to be a really happy place for her and to make memories for us. Plus the peacefulness and serenity and just having that lifestyle, living on the west coast of Canada, that's totally up our alley. So we started dreaming a little bit bigger, but the jobs that we held didn't financially allow us to do those things. We couldn't get ahead. We were living paycheck to paycheck. The home that we owned was in downtown Victoria. We joked that our house was a business because we had 2 vacation rentals in the basement, my salon upstairs. We lived in upstairs and then on the 3rd level. And that was how we were covering our mortgage. We were going on vacations. We were doing all those kind of things. So we always had that kind of mindset, all these different streams of income, but we didn't have any experience. So I kind of wrote it off. I kind of thought, I don't have a skill set for this. I'm not going back to school. I'm totally not a university person. Like, I can't sit in a classroom. So I was like, I guess, we're kind of limited to what we had. But if I was going to be really honest with you, it was that I was comfortable. It was that doing hair was very easy for me. It was a no-brainer. I didn't even have to think my way through highlights or a haircut or color correction. Like, it was just very simple work. And what I was craving was making an impact. So I would talk to my clients and, have great conversations, but there was very few and far between that I could actually help people. And, gaining confidence with a haircut is a heck of a lot different than actually doing the personal development and turning people's lives around, which is what I've experienced in the last 3.5 years. And it's allowed me to make a bigger impact than I ever could before. But here's the secret. I said no. I said no, I said no, I said no, I said no multiple times. Many, many times I said no because I didn't believe that I could do it. I also was fairly skeptical that people were making money. I was like, I've worked hard my entire life, and at that point in time, I believed that you had to work harder and work harder and work more to make more money. But that simply isn't true, especially in this digital era where online business is such a huge piece of the puzzle and everybody is looking for convenience. Everyone wants things shipped to their door. I wasn't being open-minded because it scared me. Now, fast forward a couple of years, and I had a really terrible shoulder injury when I was pregnant. and I was a little bit scared that I wouldn't be able to go back to work. My daughter gave us a huge scare during delivery, and she almost didn't make it. And that moment changed everything for my husband and I. We always wanted a family. We wanted to provide her with values and morals and comfort and love and care and creativity. And we wanted to give her a really great foundation for her life so that she could go forward and make great decisions and have the confidence to do so. But in that moment, a piece of me, which was totally driven and business motivated and a go-getter, made me realize how important family was and how important she was. And I'd said to my husband, things need to change because I'm not willing to work every single night and not be able to sing her to sleep at night. I'm not willing to work on the weekends. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the park. You know, we spent the morning picking blackberries and going to the park. And I just am so grateful for this life. But what happened is that I said no out of skepticism. I said no out of fear. And I watched somebody that I knew, somebody that I had known for 10 years. She was an acquaintance of mine. I watched her on social media for a year. And I watched her grow a business on social media. And she was a house cleaner, right? Like, she didn't have any extra skills. She didn't have any social media skills or business skills online. Like, she had none of that. And she grew her business. And the month that I joined in March of 2016, she earned a $100,000 bonus and was making an average of $20,000 a month. Now, all of a sudden, my ears perked up and I started to listen because I knew that as a hairstylist and my husband is a career bartender, that we could never make that kind of money. I knew that it was going to be a struggle for us to get ahead, that we would have to go without, but I didn't want to give up my lifestyle of traveling and eating out and living life. I didn't want to do that. So I decided that I was going to pivot. I decided that I was going to shake off my skepticism, not care what anybody thought, and I was going to go for it. Because if she could do it and make a success and create a successful business online without the background and without the skills, I most certainly could too. And what happened was, because I picked a mentor, because I picked somebody I wanted to learn and grow from, my business absolutely took off. And we created a really great income very quickly. Within a year, we were making 5 figures a month. And both my husband and I were able to come home and be at home for Izzy and create this source of income as a part-time job, right? It's pretty cool. So what I wanted to give you some insight on is I said no to a lot of different people before I said yes. I said no because of the belief that I had that I wasn't capable of doing it, which absolutely isn't true, because anybody can do this business. You just have to be willing to grow and learn a few new skills. But the key is finding somebody that you want to be like, finding somebody that you resonate with, finding somebody that has the life that you want, or have the freedom or the financial freedom that you want. Finding those people and start asking questions, because I didn't ask questions for 2 years, and that is my biggest regret. My biggest regret is that I didn't look into it and that I didn't start putting myself in front of people that were already doing it, that were already there, people that were just like me. And why the hell not? Why not me? So I put myself in the position where I could learn from all of these mentors and grow some skills. And when I outgrew that circle, that social circle of people that had taught me the things that I needed to learn, I leveled up. I found a coach, and I found a mastermind group, and I found people that had more years, more experience, made more money than me, and I started learning from them. The cool thing about this is that I truly believe, like my coach, in investing, learning, and then teaching. So what does that mean for you? That means if any of this resonates with you and you're looking for another way, you're looking for another stream of income, you're looking to blow the income that you have right now out of the water, and not hit a glass ceiling, because I physically could not work more as a hairstylist to make more money. I just couldn't do it. But I had bigger goals. We wanted to have an acreage, which we now live on, and grow our own food. We wanted to be able to give back more. And I actually earned the company's Give Back Award last year because we were able to financially give back and influence others to give back, and in a way that when we pay it forward, that's a ripple effect out, and more people start paying it forward. More good is in the world. And we wanted to raise our daughter that way so she could see it. But the other thing that we really wanted was a cabin on the lake. Now, that sounds a little crazy, I might sound a little bit pretentious, but for me, a cabin on the lake means a meeting place for our family. We have a massive family, and it means a meeting place for our family. It means memories with our daughter. It means years and years and years of memories with our daughter. And it means her bringing her friends and her family back to that cabin. And to me, that's what I live for. That might be really super simple for a lot of people, but for me, that's the life that I want to live. One where we don't need a vacation because we're living that life. And we truly feel like that in our home, on our acreage, where we are growing our own food. And we're in the middle of putting in a orchard. My husband is, so that we can have a cider business, which again will be a gives back concept. So the thing is, if you want more out of life, you have to start putting yourself in front of people that are already doing it, people that are just like you, people that maybe had doubts in the beginning. And I will tell you, I have had my doubts. I've totally had my doubts this whole time. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I want to fast forward. Sometimes I want to get through the hard stuff faster. But the whole point is that when you put yourself in front of people that are where you want to be, you can learn exponentially fast. You compress time. So why would I say this? Because if you're considering some sort of online business, if you're considering starting a new career, pivoting because you see the way of the future, you see that things are shifting and changing and you want a piece of the pie, I'm telling you, find somebody that you resonate with, somebody that you trust, somebody that you can learn from, somebody that invests in themselves so they can invest in others, because that will make all the difference in your success. And that's exactly what you would get if you decided that you were going to start a business with myself. We care so deeply about helping others, and the success stories that we've seen come out of our team, I've literally seen moms change before my very eyes, like shift and change and become powerhouse boss babes before my very eyes, because of the personal growth, because of the support, because of the positive environment that we create and allow others to come into. Because out there, it's a dog eat dog world. When you're in a job, people are fighting you for the next position, fighting you for the best shifts, fighting you for whatever it is. And it's not an environment like this. It's not a growth environment. And quite frankly, it's unhealthy. So what I wanted to tell you is that, even though you've maybe said no, even though maybe you have worried about not having the skills or the time or anything like that, it is 100% worth doing, because our life has never been the same and it never will be. We have everything that we've ever wanted. We have time with our little girl. Do you want to come say hi? Come say hi. Come say hi. We have time with our little girl. It's Thursday. Want to say hi?
Hi.
And then we get to coach people to the income that they want, the income that'll change their life. Now, maybe that isn't tens of thousands of dollars for you. For us, we believe that the more you have to give, and the better you can do. But we, I would never take this life back. Hey, Tangerine, I would never take this life back. I would never change my decision. And if you're looking and you're scared, I'm telling you, my biggest regret is waiting 2 years to ask questions. It doesn't cost you a thing to ask questions. Reach out and ask questions, because this has completely changed our lives in a way. This is the life that I dreamed of. This here on a Thursday is the life that I dreamed of, that I didn't think that I could have, because I know that living in society today, you need a dual income. And I am so freaking grateful that I got out of my own way and started learning new skills and put myself in front of people that believed in me, and again, just kept leveling up. And all of a sudden, you can absolutely do anything. Absolutely do anything. I never thought I would be co-authoring a book. Maybe I'll write a book by myself. I never thought that I'd be doing a TED Talks. I never thought that I would be making tens of thousands of dollars a month. I never thought those things were possible because of my circle of influence, because of the people that I spent time with. But as soon as I got out of my head and started asking questions to those that had what I wanted, all these doors started opening up, and it all started making sense, because I was fully capable. I am fully capable, and just wait to see what happens. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great long weekend, Labor Day weekend, and we'll be back to talk soon. Have a great night. Bye.